Right, time for the Saturday headlines. And Elliotte, it's not really a ton of a surprise, but it's a ton of surprise the way it happened. Arizona.
Yeah, so basically the way it sounds right now, Ron, as we sit here tonight, is that I think there's a real desire to announce this on Thursday or Friday. But a desire and the ability to do it are two different things. The next few days will be critical to either closing it or getting everybody into a position where they're comfortable enough to do it and legally protected enough to do it, even if it's not fully closed. But I do think the desire is to try to announce it on Thursday or Friday before the playoffs. How did we get here? Well, I think if you go back to last May, when the Coyotes lost the Tempe vote for the new arena, they were on the clock. Some players and other teams told me over the last couple days that when the NHLPA was doing its fall tour, they were indicating that they believed if the Coyotes didn't have clarity on their arena situation by January 1st, the team could move. Now, we know there's going to be an auction on June 27th, but it was just too long and too uncertain. And about a month ago, Gary Bettman and Bill Daly met with the Coyotes ownership and said, look, it's time. You're going to be allowed to go and pursue the new arena for Coyotes 2.0, but we're in a position here where we can't allow this particular itineration of the team to continue any longer, and they got to work on this process. And it was about 2 weeks ago, people say that they knew there was a possibility that this could very well happen. What does it mean? It means that the league is going to buy the Coyotes for $1 billion, and the current owner, Alex Morello, is going to have a 5-year window to prove he can put together a new arena, go into the land auction, win it, get shovels in the ground, pay it off, or pay to win the land, get shovels in the ground, everything that he has to do to prove he can build a new arena. And Morello has said he is determined to do that. So we'll see how that unfolds. And then kind of like expansion, the league is going to sell a new team to Utah and owner Ryan Smith for $1.2 billion. And, you know, the hockey operations are expected to go with that. The Utah has apparently indicated that they value continuity, so we'll see what happens there. The AHL team, I think, is still a bit of a question. Murillo wants the team to play in Mullet Arena. That will allow him to keep the business staff, or a good chunk of it. Right now, however, there's no affiliation agreement yet between Utah and Arizona. We'll see what happens there. And the one thing that's very obvious here, Ron, is that people are really excited to see Ryan Smith and Smith Entertainment Group in the league. They just feel it's time. And he has a great reputation for creativity. There's a lot of people who want him in. So they're happy that he is going to be, quote unquote, a member of the club if this closes. I think if there was one disappointment, it was for the players. Even though they found out about a week ago that this could happen, I think the fact that Arizona kept talking about the land auction confused them. They thought it could happen. They were disappointed by the way it played out. And there were a couple individuals who around the team who said to me that one person who deserves a lot of credit is the head coach, Andre Tournier, because he demanded that the team be addressed and the staff be addressed, including very vocally in one particular case. So that's kind of where we're standing, and they're hoping they can do it Thursday or Friday.
Not that many players under contract with the Coyotes, a lot of cap space, a lot of draft capital. They got like 10 second-rounders in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a wild time. Thank you for that, Elliotte. It's great. Connor McDavid, here's another story that seems to be percolating.
Yes, well, he's not playing tonight. That will be his third straight game that he's missed, but the Oilers say he will be ready for the playoffs, and it will be up to McDavid this week to decide how he wants to handle and whether he's well enough to handle the 3 final games of the regular season.
And the U.S. college front?
Yes, 3 names we should mention. Number 1, Macklin Celebrini, the Hobey Baker winner, the upcoming number 1 pick. He is on Team Canada's radar for the World Championships. They would like to have him. Number 2, Winnipeg Jets, great 48 hours. They beat Colorado and Dallas by a combined 10-0. Rucker McGroarty, the number 1 pick from 2022, is weighing both options, going back to college and coming pro. I don't want to handicap it, but he is weighing both options. And finally, Montreal fans wondering about Luke Tuch. They already got Hudson signed. They're very excited about it. I understand Tuch's decision is coming around the next 24 hours, whether to sign with the Canadiens or test free agency. Again, I can't handicap it, but it is coming.